your Saturday, which is beautiful. It's not raining. Can I get an amen? It's not raining in Kansas City. So we're excited to have you come. We're really excited to introduce you to this gentleman. We got to know him a little bit last night, spent some time with him. Super sharp, super friendly. Absolutely fits into Kansas City. He's actually got some Kansas City ties, so he's going to share that with you too, I'm sure. But he's had a ton of success in this business, and he'll give you his story, but he has a background in running his own business outside of network marketing. So he has a perspective of both, and I think that's great. And better than that, he's just a good dude, man. This guy, if he lived in Kansas City, we'd all be really good friends with him. And so we're excited to have Tim Peterson.
Awesome. How's everyone doing today?
Great.
Right on. Right on. It's really good to be here. Kansas City is an awesome town. I had no idea how big Kansas City really was. Right? It's bigger than St. Louis, I think.
Yeah.
Which it
Yes.
So I want to thank Mike, Raylin, and Tracy, and everybody for inviting me out. You guys have been incredible hosts. We had a fun RRP last night, Laura and Michio and some other people that were there. And I am extremely excited to be here. So I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to give my story and my experience. And in that, you'll know that I'm not trying to blow smoke up your you-know-what. And I'm not coming from a mountain of the Almighty telling you exactly how you need to do your business. I'm just going to share with you my experience of how I've done my business, how I failed, how I've had some success, how I've decided to follow the leadership, how I've decided not to follow the leadership, how I've had the head game go on about should I be doing this, about other people trying to bring me into other companies, and my mind game around that, like all the things that go along in being in a business like this, and especially in New York. And so what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to start out with just a quick a video, because this, I'll just let you guys all know, this is my first regional doing a full regional match. My fiance Natalie and I, we actually run the Chicago regionals with some other people. Obviously, there's people at this regional that help out, that there's absolutely no way they go on without other people. I'll give you that story real quick. So, when I first came into Neora, I was in a place in my life where I really wasn't in a place to be able to accept blessings in my life. Hi, Michio. And so, I really, I started coming to regionals like this. And when I first came, in Chicago, there was 100 people at a regional. And I was like, man, this is awesome. And then things happened in the company where people had left, and there was a lot of stuff going on. And the person that was running the regionals decided that they had to go somewhere else. And so another person came in to run the regionals, and that didn't work out so well. And so there was people that were left, and I shouldn't say left, but the right people who stayed kind of looked at each other. We knew each other, but we never really had kind of locked arms with each other. We'd see each other at regionals, we'd see each other at events, but they were on another team, and we were trying to build our business. And so my fiance and I decided, let's call 4 other teams and reach out to them and all get together. And we said, okay, here's the deal. We've had one person come in and try to run this thing. How about we run this thing? And they said, great. And so they said, how about you and Natalie be the point people? We were like, okay. But it's been super easy because we are doing this as a team. The whole thing about, I was in another network marketing business 20 years ago. Wow. 20 years ago, and that's how I met Jeff Olson. And he has always been a person of, this whole, they're my people, and all that stuff is out the window. And so we tried to create that culture, and it was a small group. It was a small group in Chicago. There was probably 10 of us, and from 4 different teams, and we decided, let's do this. And we, just like the company, we said, what do we want our culture to look like here in Chicago? And this is people on different teams. We started talking about, what do we want this to look like? And then we all locked arms and said, no matter how long it takes, we will slow down so that we can go fast as a market. We don't care if it takes 5 years. We all looked at each other and said, what else are we going to do? I mean, we have a chiropractor, we have a wellness center owner, we have a neuroscientist, we have a restaurant guy, we have esthetician, and all of us were like, what else are we going to do? The chiropractor was like, do you know I have over $100,000 in overhead every month for my business? And there's only so many patients I can see. What else am I going to do? And then the esthetician's like, you know I babysit? I babysit kids full-time, and I went to school to be an esthetician, but I can't make money there yet. So I'm a babysitter, and I'm an esthetician, and I'm doing something else on top of Neora. The wellness center owner said, you know what, all the insurance and all the overhead, just like the chiropractor, there's only so many patients we can see. And, you know, we don't have leveraged income because we need the business that we own owns us. So we all said, then we are going to commit for the next 5 to 10 years to each other. And we are not even on the same team. And so that's how we started to grow the Chicago market. And all I ever hear, anyone I ever talk to, is that the Kansas City market has just as much love for each other as we do. Yeah, and I really love people as well. And so that type of culture, because sometimes, here's the truth, sometimes we wish it would go faster. But I've seen it go faster.
Crashes.
And I've seen it crash hard. And so this whole slow down to go fast, Jeff Olson is a genius. Like, right, it grew organically the first time. Yeah, organically with the wrong soil. Right? And so what we're doing is we have now the right soil, we have the right people, we have the right philosophies, we have people that are going nowhere, we have people that believe in each other no matter whose team you're on, and you show up. That type of attitude, when you reach out to each other, even when you're not on each other's teams, is the mind game. It is the spirit behind who we are, and it is what will build your business. Because if we don't know how we're going to get there, we don't know how to stay there. And so, once you have your process, this is what we have all locked arms with in Chicago and all over, is that if you commit to the process, then you have a story that has depth and weight, where people, when they go in their business and they say, I feel like I want to quit, or people are saying no, or I had this team and they all dropped out. If I can't say it's happened to me and I'm still here and I'm having success, then how am I going to convince you to stay? And then it's going to be okay. Because you're just going to go, no, I see it's going to be better over here, you're going to go over here, your friend's going to say, this is better, or why don't you quit? And you're going to be out of the game. Does this make sense at all?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So what I want to do is I want to start this regional out. And Mike was going to start it out, and I said, I do that too. So I'm just going to start out with a quick video, audio, because I didn't start my days out. I didn't used to start my days out like this. I get up in the morning, I get on my knees and I pray, and then I meditate. God, I get emotional. And the reason why is because I never used to live my life like this, and I know what it feels like to now live my life in this way, and what it does for how I attract things into my life, and how I view myself, and the confidence that I have, and the belief I have in myself is no longer this manufactured, I'm going to do it crazy, yeah, go out there like this firecracker, burn bright and burn out fast. It's this sustained belief and energy and philosophy. And so always starting my day out the right way has changed absolutely everything. So let's start out the regional the right way. What do you guys say?
Yeah.
Awesome.